Well, the cleanup is now on in Algodones, where some homes are flooded, not just with water, but mud, too.
It has really been a mess out there. Crews spent much of the night pumping out water where irrigation ditches overflowed after a mid-afternoon rainstorm.
The rain came, and it wasn't even that long of a rainstorm. And within 5 minutes, I looked out, and my place was flooded.
Yep, the rain started coming down around 4 yesterday afternoon, moving from Santa Fe down to I-25 and into Algodones. An inch of rain was dumped in just about 40 minutes. Water was flowing into the irrigation ditch, bringing a lot of dirt and tons of debris with it. By 5 o'clock, the banks had overflowed. Minutes after the flooding began, Sky News captured video of about 20 homes surrounded by water. The Rio Grande Conservancy District says 3 of the homes were flooded.
Irrigation ditches are designed to convey water to fields. We put water in them to convey the water and control the amount of water that goes in them. They're not arroyos, they're not drains, so when there's large amounts of water, they can't hold it.
We saw at least one property owner working alongside the fire department shoveling mud as they started pumping out water. There haven't been any evacuations. Farmers do rely on that irrigation ditch, but now parts of the ditch are completely filled with mud. The Conservancy District estimates it will take about a week to clean it all up.
The Albuquerque police still are not saying much about the deadly police shooting on Tuesday, but we do now know it looks like the man they shot and killed here spotted the undercover officers who were following him. Police say when they were tailing Jeremy Robertson near Central and Eubank, he was in a stolen car. When they tried to nab him at a gas station, they say he recognized one of the detectives in plain clothes, and that's why he took off running toward a neighborhood. Police say Robertson had a gun, but they are not saying yet if he pointed it at officers or if the 2 officers who shot him had their lapel cameras on. Robertson, we are told, was a career criminal wanted for car theft. Now, remember back in January, APD officers shot at Robertson's car after they say he rammed a police cruiser while they were trying to arrest him on charges of stealing a vehicle once again. Robertson was in jail until May for that. Well, a coalition of civil rights groups is asking APD to change how it investigates these police shootings. Right now, Bernalillo County Sheriff's deputies, state police, and APD all investigate police shootings, but APD is in charge. None of those investigations have deemed a shooting unjustified since 2010. Now a campaign called APD Forward is pushing for police reform and says that is not the right way to go.
It shouldn't be APD officers conducting the investigation of their own officers.
While many departments nationwide do investigate their own shootings, there are many that do not. In April, Wisconsin became the first state to require every police shooting to be investigated by an outside agency. It's something both Chicago and Orlando already do. We asked APD if it would consider changing how its shootings are investigated too. The spokesperson did not get us an answer last night.
A 71-year-old man suffering from dementia is missing, and police need your help in locating him. Jerry Martinez walked away from Central Desert Healthcare in the 200 block of Elm Street Northeast in Albuquerque about 5:30 last night. He hasn't been seen since. He's 5'6", 125 pounds, and was last seen in a white t-shirt and blue jeans with a bandage on his right arm. He is from Santa Fe, and it is thought that he might be heading in that direction. In addition to dementia, Jerry also has diabetes. If you spot him, please call police. A blinking red light tucked away under a mirror inside an Albuquerque Walmart dressing room causes quite a stir. A woman posted video on Facebook of the strange light from the Walmart fitting room off of Academy. Her post got more than 1,700 shares in just 2 days. Now, some people worried the light was a recording device, but Walmart says it's a motion sensor that turns the dressing room lights on when there's someone in the room. A spokesperson says it's part of their energy efficiency efforts. Walmart has now started posting signs notifying customers about the sensor. Some people, though, are still a little nervous about it.
I would just change where the sensors are in the fitting rooms. I mean, possibly put them outside the fitting rooms, like maybe on the door or the outside when somebody walks in, then it, turns on.
The woman who posted the video tells us she never expected her video to get so much attention. The Federal Highway Administration antes up a whole lot of cash for projects like the Paseo del Norte I-25 interchange rebuild in Albuquerque, and it is strapped for cash. Last week, the Republican-controlled House passed a $10.8 billion spending bill to keep the Highway Trust Fund solvent through May 2015. The Senate has set up a vote next week on an $11 billion fix for the agency's multi-billion-dollar shortfall. But now it's likely the Senate will adopt the House measure to get the bill to the president quicker.
5:06 now. The job growth outlook for Albuquerque is bleak. Forbes magazine is looking at the job situation in 200 of the largest metro areas in the U.S., and it puts Albuquerque dead last. Forbes projects the city will have the slowest job growth rate in the whole country at just a 0.2%, going all the way through 2016. The report says that's because the city continues to struggle to create jobs, but it's the exact opposite with our neighbor in Texas. Forbes has Austin, Dallas, and McAllen in the top 5 cities for job growth. Well, a memorial service is now set for next week for the 3 people who died when a medical helicopter crashed in the eastern part of the state last week. Flight nurse Jamie Butler, flight paramedic Rebecca Surkey, and pilot David Cavanaugh were flying from Christus St. Vincent Hospital in Santa Fe to Tucumcari to pick up a patient. They never made it, and their wrecked helicopter was found hours later on a rocky mesa off I-40 near Newkirk. The FAA and the NTSB are both investigating. A memorial service is now planned for next Wednesday in Santa Fe at the Capitol High School football stadium. Services begin at 9 in the morning. For more details, head to our website at krqe.com and click on links.